Manny Pacquiao arrived last Monday, a week after his welterweight title bout against Dennis Ugas. Many are monitoring his next move. However, Pacquiao has yet to give a definite answer when it comes to his future, both inside the ring and in the political arena. In an interview on ANC Head Start, he was quoted saying, "Hindi po, itong tatlo ang pinagpipilian ko. Either tumakbo sa highest position or magbalik sa Senado or mag-give up na sa politika." Chief Dennis, to be honest, that statement from Senator Manny Pacquiao caught me off guard, especially the last part. And I've never heard him say that. So, what do you think is going through the mind of Senator Pacquiao?
Well, I think, Nisi, para sa akin, it's the presidency or nothing for the fighting Senator Manny Pacquiao. Kasi, alam naman natin si Senator, pagka yan challenge mo, no? Lalo na kung sasabihin mo na huwag na yan, mahirap yan, hindi mo makakaya yan, the more na na-challenge siya. And yun nga, no, yung kanyang statement, no, na sinasabi na it's either he will gun for the presidency or magre-retire na lang siya or altogether sa politics or tutuloy niya yung kanyang career as a boxer. I think the likelihood would be he will aim for the presidency and he will still continue to fight. And I expect him to fight at least one more time before February 8th. In our previous episode, napag-usapan nga natin bakit February 8th, because that day is the start of the campaign period, ano, para sa mga mag-a-aspire ng national level pagdating sa darating na elections, ano, presidency, vice presidency, at yung mga senators, ano. And yun nga, no, para hindi na magkaroon ng issue about premature campaigning, I think meron pang enough time, meron pang maganda pa yung window ni Senator to fight once more, no? And kung tutusin, parang napabor pa nga, no, na natalo siya against Ugas, no, because now I'm sure doon sa mga gusto makita siyang lumaban, meron ng clamor for him to eye a rematch and avenge yung kanyang latest defeat. And of course, yung sinasabi na hindi naman dapat ganon ang maging ending ng career ni Manny Pacquiao. Even yung mga naniniwala, no, na dapat mag-retire na siya, I'm sure nagkakaroon ng pwede pa ma-convince yung mga yan, no, na yun nga, lumaban pa at huwag hayaan na isang talo yung magiging last fight, no, ni Manny Pacquiao. Now, as for the presidency, ako, ang nakita ko yung kanyang latest interview, no? Yun nga, sinasabi niya, I think it's playing politics. There's nothing wrong with it, ano? Typical of a politician, ano? Kumbaga, yung kanyang mga cards, tinatago niya, no? Pero naglalaro na siya, no, ng politics, hindi niya muna i-reveal lahat. But I think yung isang malaking hint dito kung bakit siya papasok sa or why siya mag-aim ng presidency is yung kanyang nakaplano na, no, na 22-point program or tinatawag niya 22 rounds. Hindi lang 12 rounds, 22 rounds, ano? Hindi niya naman pag-iisipan yun and then sasabihin niya na, no, di ako tutuloy, wala akong plano, no? The fact na meron siyang 22-point program or ang sabi nga niya 22 rounds, I think that is a great indication na it's a cinch that he will gun for the presidency. And ako naman sa nakikita ko, personally, he will fight one more time at least before February 8th, the start of the national campaign, no, sa darating na eleksyon.
Well, to a certain extent, Chief, I have to agree with you. At this point, maaaring nag-iingat niya si Manny Pacquiao sa kung ano ang lalabas sa bibig niya, lalo na halos buong mundo ay nakaantabay sa kung ano ang pwede niyang gawin or ang susunod niyang gagawin or ang susunod niyang hakbang. While he is a senator of the Republic, he is also an athlete. That's my concern. I believe at this point, for the lack of a better term, he is confused as to what he wants to do next, considering the outcome of his last fight didn't go his way. So most of us didn't expect, most of us didn't expect that Manny Pacquiao will lose or would lose to your Dennis Ugas. And it can be classified as an upset win, probably, or one of the biggest upset wins in 2021. We can all agree that it was a close fight. Though it was a close fight, to me, it was clear that Ugas did enough to win, and it was clear as day that the Cuban was the better man on that night. But going back, I honestly think Manny Pacquiao would be singing a different tune if he had won. Because in the same interview, he said, malaki po ang consideration para mag-retire. So what he meant was to retire from politics, not from boxing. So he laid down his options and conditions as a politician. To me, by reading between the lines, he's not done with boxing yet. So, and it also gives the impression that the loss to Ugas lit a fire in him. We've talked about this a couple of times on the show that Manny Pacquiao deserves a graceful exit from the sport. And in retrospect, there were Easter eggs that the August 21 bout in Las Vegas against Yordenis Ugas was intended to be his last fight. Look how dramatic and nostalgic his entrance was when he made his walk towards the ring. You can see the photos from the past, like the fight against Lelo Lidwaba, up to his most recent fight. The music, it was nostalgic. It was like giving a tribute. But let's go back. But the caveat here is it was not against Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr., like it was not Errol Spence Jr. who beat him. At least he could say, if it was Errol Spence Jr., he could say that he lost to the best welterweight boxer in the world today. But that's not the case. So Manny Pacquiao said that he will decide before October. Let's see. So aabangan natin ang susunod na kabanata.